Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Man, am I happy to be showing y'all this. We've been working on this bus now for going on 3 years. This is going to be our adventure wagon, our camper, and it's coming along. But if you know anything about Volkswagen buses, they really don't have a whole lot of heat, and they certainly don't have any air conditioning. In the meantime, we've been using the Toyota Sienna camper, and I'll make a separate video going over that in detail. But you've seen me at some of the ham fests this year. I was down in Orlando and then recently in Ohio, and I love that thing. But boy, oh boy, it gets hot in the summertime because when you shut that car off, there's no AC. This solves that problem in the most cool way possible. The Zero Breeze Mark III is what I've got here, and what we have is a AC unit that is 100% portable, a massive battery to go with it, and the plumbing kit that goes with it as well. This thing is ultra portable, and I'll show you as I break this thing down just how cool it is. It's kind of a pun, I guess, at this point. And we'll go through the modes and everything else, and of course we'll give it a test. I've got the van. We're actually getting ready to do some weekend camping, just my wife and I, which will just seem like me because she doesn't ever want to be on camera, and that's fine. That's her choice. All right, so here it is, battery pack here. Well, this would be our wall pack, so you can run this thing off of a conventional, outlet, 120 outlet, or the battery, and also for recharging. Now, this isn't going to cool off a huge RV or anything like that. This is made for van camping or what they call spot cooling. So if you you could run this thing in a tent, and if you want to just kind of bring the temperature down in the tent to make it more manageable, that is what you're looking at here. Much like the diesel heaters that I've reviewed, quite a few of those at this point. Wow, look at the size of this battery. I like this about the battery too. It's a stackable design. You have this, it's got some good carry handles here, and the whole unit stacks on top of each other. So on the bottom here, rubber mats for holding it in place. And it is a battery type 21700 lithium ion polymer battery. Input is 12 volts to 60 volts, and it is a 51 volt output at 20 amp hours. So 1,222 amp hours, or watt hours, I'm sorry. It weighs 14.5 pounds, and it's good from 14 degrees all the way up through anything you're pretty much looking for. So this kind of sits on top of it, and of course I got to lock it in or whatever, but I just wanted to show you. That way you end up with this very compact unit. Now the kit that comes with it as well, we got the full manual here. It does come with batteries for the remote control. I'll go ahead and put those in before I forget what else comes with it. So you've got venting options. So there's two ways you can do this, and we'll test it in all three modes here to see about noise levels, but you can have this unit outside and have the duct pointed into your van or camper or tent or whatever you're using, or you can have the unit inside and vent the air lines out. For today, I'm going to put the unit inside and vent the unit out to the outside. And that could be a bit tricky in some conditions, some setups, but I don't think it's going to be a big problem for me. You can see here we have quite a few, and these are expandable quite a bit here, right? All right, so let's go over some of the stuff here. The battery we've already kind of covered here. But a couple more things to tell you about on the Mark III battery. There's some connectors here. We have our power. We have an Anderson output. 10 amps is the limit there, so you can actually use this to power other equipment. Battery charge indicator, I'm charging right now. We have a USB and a USB-C. Now, if you want to charge this thing, you definitely can use this, which is what it comes with. It takes about 2 hours to charge this from 0% to 80%. On the back side here, this plug right here, you can get a replacement for that and have it linked to a solar, like standard solar plug. So you can hook this thing up and charge directly to panels. You don't need to have an inverter or a charge controller. You're just literally going to charge directly from this unit to the solar panels, which is really nice. So if you're out at a campground, you want to set up some temporary solar array, you're good to go. All right, with everything out of the box, let's go over some of the stuff the Mark III does here, okay? So it has 3 different modes. It has rocket mode, that's turbo. It's gonna burn between 350 and 500 watts of energy. So if you want to use this thing long term, you could get, and I've got a 600 watt solar array that I could plug in line with this thing and keep the battery topped off while the daytime lights are running. And then at nighttime, you can switch it over to cool mode, which is moderate cooling capacity, and the power there is 200 to 300. And the storage from this single battery is 3 to 5 hours at that. So it carries you through most of the night. You can also go through to sleep mode if you really want to make it through all the night. And it's the lowest cooling capacity, so it cuts it back to like low mode, econo mode, which would call it. It's only burning between 150 and 200 watts, and it lasts 5 to 7 hours. So pretty much gets you through the night on that. And honestly, the temperatures cool off once the sun goes away, so I think for us that'll be just fine. Now it does have a dry mode, which is like a dehumidifier mode as well. It'll last 2 to 3 hours. It does burn the full 350 to 500 watts using that. All right, and this thing is actually not just an air conditioner, it's actually a heat pump as well. So it does have 300 to 500 watts of usage there, and it lasts 2 to 5 hours depending. And it does have the remote control, which I showed you and now I've completely lost, but it's somewhere in this pile, and there it is. The rest of this stuff will go over in the car once I get it hooked up. Now, there is a template somewhere in here, I believe, because I was looking on their website about how to go about doing this. It talks about your different ways of hooking it up. You can plug directly into a outlet, and that's not what we're gonna do. I do have a power pack, so like this is a pretty heavy battery, a pretty heavy duty battery as far as capacity goes. But I also have, I have like an Oops, I think is the name brand, and a couple of other ones that are power packs. They help keep our 12 volt fridge cold while we're on these camping trips, things like that. That can also power this by hooking it up through the 110, so if you wanted to run this thing longer, you can stack these batteries, or you can use a different type of battery, or of course you can always use a generator. Quiet inverter generator probably won't bother anybody too much, but of course battery power is preferred. You can recharge that off of solar as well if you need to. And here's what we got. So we have choices as far as, do we want to be piping our air in or out? So I'm going to leave this one off. However, I'm going to need to remove this and put a grate on it, and that's going to allow me to vent my air out of here. We'll get that going here in a minute. I'll set that up off camera and get it installed in the car. And the other old thing that I'm going to have to do, and there's no like piece they could include that would make this work properly for you, but my car, what we've determined is we're going to roll one of the windows down partially, take a piece of cardboard and cut the holes for the venting on this thing and like put it in place. If that works on this inaugural trip on this thing, what we'll do next up is we'll create that out of plywood or out of plexiglass or out of something more durable than cardboard because if it rains or whatnot. And that'll become our permanent vent solution for this thing. Now on our little Sienna camper, right in between the two seats is a center console. We're going to place this right there, pointing right to the back where we sleep at night. And that is how this thing's going to be set up. That's it. I'm going to pause the camera. I am going to get this thing set up in the camper. I've got two thermometers. I've got one that's going to measure temperature at the outlet and one that's just going to measure ambient air. And so we'll take an initial reading, like what the van temperature is, and then I'll let it run, I don't know, an hour, 40 minutes, something like that, half hour. Maybe we'll check it at a half hour. We'll check it at a 30-minute mark, and we'll see how well it has cooled. Then we'll come back and check it at the full hour mark. Let's do that. And I'll give you my final analysis on it. Look, this thing is not cheap at all, but if you are stealth camping, van camping, van camping has become extremely popular. Stuff like this is absolutely awesome that somebody's taking the time to try to design equipment like this. Clearly they had not glamping in mind, but comfortable van camping in mind. And so something like this, it'll probably work awesome. The Sienna van should work just fine. I don't know about a big Sprinter. They might call it what they were talking about on their website is spot cooling, which is cooling off a certain area, or at least putting the vents towards you so you're comfortable while you sleep. Maybe it doesn't bring the whole temperature of the van down to 60 or something like that, but it cools it off and takes the humidity out of the air enough to make it comfortable for you to sleep. All right, let me pause the camera. I'll get all this set up. We'll take a walk around my van camper and we'll do some tests. Let's go. All right, well, here we are. Got the camper set up, hanging out here. A little overcast today. In fact, they're calling for rain later on tonight, but it's sticky, like the humidity. We got that going on real good. So let me show you And this is funny, I'm gonna talk to you about this as I show you this. Here are the exhaust ports here. And you can see my janky setup for a window. I'm reminded of a video I made like 15 years ago. And in that video, I said, I'm just gonna rig it up like this and I'll fix it later. And then like 8 years later, I made a follow-up video and it was still rigged up like that. I have a feeling that this is going to be good enough. And this will be as much as I do. But you can see we have both our intake and our return lines coming out. And that allows the hot air that we're pulling out of the van to come out of there. So what I've got is I've got a real thermometer inside of this thing. And I've also got a spot thermometer, one that like measures the temperature of stuff in the car. And so what we're gonna do here is I'll hop inside. Jen's gonna do the filming. We're gonna fire it up. I'll let you know what the temperature is right out of the gate. And then we'll go from there and see what, let's see, it's about a little before 1 o'clock. So we'll check it at 30 minutes and maybe we'll come back and check it in an hour. Okay, let's do it. All right, well, here I am in the van. Sorry for the poor lighting, but like I said, it looks like it's about to start pouring. I turned on the van lights. It's the best I can offer you. Here's what I used to use, just a little teeny weeny fan. And while it doesn't do anything for the heat, it does at least get some airflow in here, and it has a small light. I'll leave the light on, maybe it'll help. I doubt it, but who knows at this point, I'm trying. Okay, so here is the very scientific thermometer that I have that's gonna tell us the temperature in here right now. And the temperature is, we'll call it 79 degrees in here, and it's a very humid 79. I'm gonna leave that there. And with the spot thermometer, let's see what we got. 82, 82.5, 83.3, 81.5. So we'll say 82, 82 and a half, almost 83. All right. So let me grab the camera and I'm going to show you some of the features to turning this thing on and letting it run. Okay, here we are with the system. You can see it's got this like cool lighting that apparently will change if you want it to. I've got my ductwork pointed out here and then out of the car. And it sits perfectly right there. All right, controls up on top. We'll do these. I can also change that with the remote, but let's start with this. Power button is here. There. And when we turn this on, you can see our temperature. Okay, it's registering 68 in here. It's a whole lot warmer than that. Oh, I see. Let's get it set down to 61. And then we have our fan speed, and you can see it move up and down. And we'll go to the low, well, no, we'll go to medium setting. You can see the light change. You can change colors. You can turn it off altogether. We'll stick with the blue. And then we have ice cold breeze right there, right? Let's see the other modes. There's our nighttime sleep mode. There's our just fan. There is our dehumidifier. And here is just, well, I don't know what that one does, honestly. But we want it on, oh, the last one was heat. We want it on max AC, and so that's where we're at. And now we want it all the way down. Okay, cool. We'll turn the fan up. And let's just let that go. Wow, I can tell you right now, she's already cranking it out. So that's nice. Okay, let me grab the right now, coming out of it, 68, 67. You can see it cooling off as it goes. So what you look for on a air conditioning unit that works properly is about a 30-degree drop from the outside. So that would be, for this one, 30 degrees from 80 degrees, we're looking at around 50. And I bet we're gonna see that as it still drops. Hopefully y'all can see that. I'm gonna get zoomed in here a bit. Yeah, we're gonna get that 30 degrees. In fact, we'll probably get lower. I'm gonna let it run for a few minutes and we will check back, and then I'm gonna go to the 30-minute marker. Okay, 30 minutes are up. Was just taking a nap. My wife woke me up. All right, 30 minutes are up and it is down. Let's see what it's at right now. It is right at 70 in here. So we've already seen a 10, well, we'll call it an 8-degree drop in 30 minutes. And it's going. As far as noise, like I was wondering if having an air conditioner inside of the car like this would be really bad, and hopefully you're hearing it in the background as I talk. It's not bad at all. It's like, I mean, it's no worse than a fan, I would say, just running in the background. And as far as the airflow, I think the placement on this minivan is perfect. I'm back here. I was reading, but I can feel that air just blowing right over me, and so it helps to keep the heat off of me. You know, we have the window here. Now, sometimes we put a screen up here, but oftentimes we don't. The van has these little privacy screens or sunshades that come up from the factory, and that's usually good enough to keep the heat down in here. Of course, we close the sunroof, that kind of stuff. But yeah, so let's call it another 30 minutes, make it, well, it'll be just shy of 2 p.m., and we'll take one last look at it. Let's go. Okay, well, we're getting close to 2 p.m. It's actually only been about 45 minutes, but it's cool enough that I'm about to turn this thing off. Temperature is like 63 degrees on this. I don't know how well you can see that. This was the best actual thermometer I could come up with, but I can tell you my own personal feeling is that it's plenty cool in here. In fact, it's kind of chilly because you know, it was really damp out today. Now, a couple things I didn't talk about beforehand. The unit, like any air conditioning unit, does have a ability to, I mean, it's going to pull moisture out of the air, so it does have a drain line. And one of the things I was like, what am I going to do here? I don't want to drill a hole in my car. The easiest solution was to take the drain line and put it into a soda bottle. And so it will fill that up over the course of the night, and we'll dump it out. It's simple as that. I don't need to modify the layout of my van to make that work out. Other stuff to note, you can turn the fan down, and again, I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but using the remote here, let me turn the fan all the way to its lowest setting. And that's it. All right, so the fan itself, not a big issue. That was my biggest, or actually Jen's biggest concern, was that the noise was going to keep us up. But this is no different than, I'd say, any fan you're going to have running in a camper. That little thing on high speed makes a lot of noise. We also have like an old portable Ryobi fan. That thing makes a racket while it's going, but it sure is nice to have cool air blowing across you while you're trying to sleep. As far as battery life, I have no reason to believe that they're lying about that. It's been an hour, and it's on 3 of the 4 bars, so that's on max cool. Well, it hasn't quite been an hour, but so I would say probably 2 bars in an hour, and then the other 2 for the second hour, maybe a little longer run time. These lithium batteries are great. Another thing you can do with this is you can stack them. I only bought the 1 battery when I got this, but you can stack them. And like I said, using a portable power pack is probably how we'll supplement it if we got a really hot day. We thought about driving across country again in this thing. And if I do that, I'm gonna modify the inside. Right now, the reason this van, to most of you, doesn't look like a van camper is that for me, this van is also a work van. I use it to haul lumber and stuff like that. So we have it's kind of multi-use. But right now, this is what we use. We put out 2 foam pads, and we'll sleep here tonight and all the rest. What you can't see off camera there is that everything is jammed in the front seat, so I could try to get as much volume in here as possible to film this. I will definitely leave a link to where you can get one of these things. I'm really happy with this performance on this first outing, and hopefully we don't get rained out today, but it looks like it's going to be a washout here later on. Either way, we'll have a nice cool place to stay while we wait out the rain. Till next time, my friends, take care.